Hi, my name is Morgan Promnitz, and this is the underside of a Hobie Mirage Pro Angler 12 kayak. The Hobie Lowrance Ready system is going to make installing the transducer from your fish finder an absolute breeze. It's going to save you a lot of time, and you don't have to drill any holes in your kayak. Running the cables in and out of your kayak are really simple. In order to install your transducer, we need to remove this cover plate to access this cavity right here. So the way we're going to do that is using a Phillips head screwdriver. We're just going to remove these 3 small bolts. So this is what your transducer and power cable look like. This particular transducer belongs to a Lowrance DSI fish finder. And so we're going to mount the transducer to the cover plate right here in between these grooves. So I'll show you how to do that in this next step. So your transducer is going to go in between these 2 grooves like that. The one important thing to remember is to leave a tiny gap in between the bottom of your transducer and the top of the plate. Now that our transducer is connected to the plate, we're going to take the cables and feed them up through the scupper hole. We're going to attach the plate back using these 3 brass inserts here and the small bolts that came with the boat. So now I'm going to unscrew the backing plate off of the wire cap, and the easiest way to do that is just by reaching through your rear hatch. So this is what your through hull wire cap looks like. It has the backing plate on the back. That's what I just unscrewed. It also has a small O-ring to help ensure a watertight seal. And then it also has this little rubber insert right here, which I'm going to slide out. And that's where you're going to run your wires from your transducer through. This is a tree of rubber inserts that comes along with your Pro Angler 12. And these little rubber inserts all have different diameter holes for suiting different diameter wire depending on what kind of transducer you have. You'll also notice there's a couple without holes in it just for ensuring a watertight seal, and that's how your through hull wire cap actually came with the boat. Now that the cables have come up through the scupper hole, we're going to run them back inside the boat through the wire cap hole. We're going to use this little O-ring right here, and so let's put that right on here. So we have our O-ring, we have our rubber cap, and then we just slide it into position, and we put the O-ring back on there and slide into position, and we connect our backing plate. So since this part of the cable is going into the boat, we're going to put the backing ring on this way, facing downwards, because it's going to slip up underneath the boat, and we're going to tighten it like that. So you want these tabs pointing down so it's easy for your fingers to get a grip. So you'll notice that I've installed the cables so that when your seat is in the low position, the bottom of the railing does not hit the cables. We've completed running the wires from the scupper hole into the kayak at the back of the boat. Now I've run the cables back up to the front of the boat. The next step is running your cables out of whichever side wire cap you choose. Depending on what side you choose, there's going to be a piece of foam that's lined up with the wire cap. You need to remove that piece of foam. There'll be a strap that goes around it. Just undo the strap, remove the foam. Once you've completed this part, replace the foam and reattach the strap. To complete this process, we're going to run the cables out through this wire cap, which is currently closed. I've gone back to my rubber tree, and I've selected one that houses 2 wires of different diameters. So we've completed the installation of your transducer and power cables. Now the monitor of your fish finder can be mounted on these mounting plates right here. The cables are adjustable, so if you want to store them out of the way, you need to pull some more cable out. You just connect it to your fish finder monitor. So that's it. We've installed the transducer in the cavity underneath the bottom of the boat, and we've run the cables up through the scupper hole inside the kayak with a fully waterproof connector, back out of the kayak with a waterproof connector, and the cool thing was we didn't drill any holes, we didn't have to glue anything. It's as easy as installing a fish finder could be. You have the option of mounting a fish finder on the left or right side, and later on in years to come, if you decide to upgrade your fish finder, it's an absolute breeze.